Hey guys, I'm coming to the floor. We're gonna be on the ground today, so I angled down a little better so you could see what was going on down here pretty clearly. I'm gonna move a little bit closer towards you. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to do this foam rolling. I have got Natalie's foam roller out today. I didn't bring mine, but this is what my favorite foam roller looks like. I'm gonna order my own so that I can quit using hers. But these are textured, okay? You can get them at Target, you can get them at Amazon. Any foam roller is great though. Honestly, the difference is minuscule. So if you have just a actual foam roller, if you have one of the long ones, I have one somewhere around here. I'm not gonna take the time to go find it, but the longer kind, they're great. No worries. All foam rollers are good. So just grab what you have, okay? Now, I am not going to take my shoes off. Normally when we do legs, I start with feet, but I'm going to show you that another day. Today I'm going to get right into the bulk of the larger leg muscles, and what happens is once we get going on a particular muscle, let's say quadriceps for instance, we want to take time on it. So one of the biggest mistakes people make in foam rolling is they rush through. A, because we're short on time, and B, because it's not comfortable. And so you're gonna start rolling your quad today and you're not gonna like it. I hate it, it's painful, but it has to be done to get out all of those little knots and bumps and tension points. You can get rid of them, you're gonna feel 100% better. I promise, cross my heart, okay? So, let's start. I'm gonna get a double mat here. And let's start with our calves, okay? So we're gonna work our way up the leg. And like I said, normally I would start with feet, but when we do the feet, it's typically with a small little exercise ball. So I'm gonna show you that another time. Today, we're just gonna start with calves. Couple things. If your calves are super painful, like if your calves are really tight, I want you to put the foam roller under the ankle part to start, everybody. And if yours are really tight, you're gonna just keep this opposite foot on the ground, lift your hips, and just slowly roll from your ankle up to the back of the knee. And you're rolling, really the rule of thumb is 1 inch per second. So 1, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. I'm rolling all the way up, but this is how much time it's taking me. I'm not to my knee yet. Okay, I'm gonna lift my butt when I get a little closer and get up there. It's 1 inch per second. Now keep going. I'm gonna get back in the range where you can see me. And once you get up to your knee, okay, then set your hips down. If your wrists are bothering you, you have to shake them out, and we go back up and we roll back the other way. Now, if your calves aren't particularly tight, mine are in pretty good shape, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross this leg on top, and that's gonna add a little bit more weight to the roll, okay? And then I'm gonna set it back down. Now, most of you, we're gonna do this again. Start at your ankle and go up to your knee. Lift. 1, 1,002, 1,003. Most of you are probably rolling right in the middle of your calf, dead center. That's where people typically start. That's good. We're gonna roll back to the top of your knee probably 4 times, but I want you to think each time about changing the angle of where you are in your calf. So now as I go back down, I'm gonna turn just slightly inward. I'm still in the heart of the calf. I'm still in the main section of it, but I'm turning just a little bit. So now I've taught you a couple things. Number 1, go slow, 1 inch per second, and you really need to feel it. You're not going like this, back and forth, right? It's 1 inch per second. The second thing I want to teach you is you're gonna find bumps and lumps and knots, whatever you wanna call them. When you find one of those, we're gonna stop on it, okay? So let me show you what happens. I'm going to face you. Keep going, keep rolling that calf, and we're gonna switch in a moment. Okay, now I'm rolling through, stop. I just found a bump. Here's what happens when I find a bump. I'm gonna do a crisscross motion. Oh boy. Oh boy. Breathe, 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 and then roll past it. Oh. But what you don't want to do is find a bump and just quickly go over it. Because what you're doing is just like a problem in your life, you're avoiding the issue, it's going to come back to bite you. So you need to focus on those little bumps and lumps. Either stop on them and just pause and breathe and let the weight sit, or in this case we can do that crisscrossing motion, cross fiber, and then push through it, okay? Let's switch to the other calf, okay? So you can see why it takes 15 minutes to do just the major leg muscles. It's about 3-4 minutes per muscle. All right, so again, I started at my ankle. Let me turn a little bit to the side. And again, my calves are in pretty decent shape, so I can add that little extra cross of my other foot. I'm gonna lift and I'm gonna roll. So let me remind you a couple things. I wanna keep teaching as we move. Number 1, go slow. Number 2, stop when you get to the bumps and the knots and breathe and just hold on them for 3 or 4 breaths, or, now I'm going back, or do the cross fiber motion. Okay, that's another way to do it. We have other things coming up that I can show you, but for calves, those are your 2 options. Oh wow, I do have more bumps than I thought I had in my calves. Again, it might be from that vacation, from all that running and walking, you guys. So let's go back up. Second time through, I turned my calf just a little bit more toward the outer edge here, because I felt some of the bumps kind of extending around the outside. If you might be tighter on the inside of your calf, you might want to turn it inward just a little bit. And I'm rolling back again, so this will be my 3rd trip down to my ankle. Now, some people do struggle with enough upper body strength for this. I think most of you watching probably don't, because most of you are doing all my other workouts, so you're probably okay. However, if it does give you trouble, if that's too much upper body strength to keep lifting yourself up, because it does require that, you can always turn over and just use your hands to manipulate the roll, or have someone roll it for you, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not going to give you as deep of pressure. It won't give you as much release, but it is an option. Push comes to shove, okay? All right, everybody done with their calves? Take the time you need. I want to switch over to quads because they're a little more intense. I'm going to warn you, everybody thinks their hamstrings are the worst, and that is not true. You're about to find out that your quads are probably tighter than almost anything in your body, okay? So you're gonna need to really breathe, okay? You're really gonna need to breathe on this. So I'm gonna take that foam roller and I'm gonna set it, pick a leg, I don't care which leg. I'm gonna set it at the top, right where the crevice of my hip and my leg meet, okay? Very tip top of my leg, and I'm gonna back up so I can see you guys here. All right, so that's where I'm gonna start. And now what did we learn? I'm gonna army crawl this way, and I'm gonna roll 1 inch per breath, or per second. 1 inch, 1 second. And I just want you to roll, and then you're gonna find out that you have lumps and bumps, and what happens? Remember your options? Option 1, just stay on it. Option 2, you can cross fiber, roll back and forth. Now look at me, on this, you have option 3. You can pinch and release. So flex and release. Oh boy, that is something. That's what that is something. All right, now I'm gonna keep rolling because I have some more in my quads to do. And when I get to the knee, then I start to roll back. Now again, and even more so than your calf, your quad is a big creature, right? So you might not be on the most tender spot right now. So as you roll back again, okay, so this time I might just turn a little bit and get a different angle on that quad this time. Okay, and now I'm going to turn and face you so you can see what my other leg is doing. Okay, it's a little easier to teach this class in person. Okay, so do you see now, you know that I'm foam rolling my quad. Do you see my opposite leg is like an army crawl off to the side? Okay, so that just kind of helps you understand what I'm doing with that leg. Whoo, people, lumps and bumps in my quads. Wow. Lumps and bumps in the quads. And again, here I just found a lump. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do that flex and extend. Oh, I'm going to breathe. Woo, I'm going to cry out for mercy because it hurts. Okay, and I'm going to roll past it. Now I'm not going to linger there forever on those lumps and bumps, but I need to address those spots. That's the whole reason we're doing this. It's not for the good, healthy parts. It's for the damaged parts, right? All right, let's switch to the other quad. So I'm going to move the foam roller up to the hip flexor. I'm going to drop down. This leg is an army crawl, and my quad is going to roll 1 inch, 1 second. And you know, I'm going straight up the middle. I notice that my legs, there's just a little bit more on the outer edges. And that's pretty typical for me. And it comes from all the running I do. I get just a little bit more on my hips, my outer thighs. Ouch, ooh, there's a spot. So I'm going to do that motion. Woo! If you're at home screaming, it's okay. If you're saying naughty words, it's okay. I won't hear. Oh, ow, okay, I'm gonna keep going. And remember, super slow, nice and steady. And what we're doing here with this short demo, trust me, you could spend a lot more time on it, but 15 minutes on your legs, better than none, better than none. Trust from one who knows, the weeks that go by where I don't do any of this, I pay the price. I pay the price in my workouts. When I take the time to do my foam rolling, I will guarantee you, I wake up the next day, and you'll find this, you're gonna wake up tomorrow, and you're gonna feel wholly different. Your legs are you're gonna walk around after this actually and go, wow, that feels really good. Okay, so quads need more time than that, but that's all the time I'm gonna give you. Now we're gonna go to hamstrings, and that's all we're gonna do for today. The next time I give you one of these foam rollers, we're gonna do hips. And in the hip, I include your outer edge as well as your IT band. We're not gonna do the IT band today, but because quads are painful enough, IT band would probably be the next painful. But I want you to sit on top, and I'm gonna move down here, I guess. I'm trying to find the right angle. I want you to sit your left butt cheek on top of the foam roller. And then, like I said before, if your hamstrings can probably handle it, I want you to cross your right foot over the top of your left. Okay, and then I'm gonna just start rolling backward. 1 inch per second. Slow, steady roll. When I get to the spot where I have to move my hands, I set my hips down. And again, I might find a knot, and then I might do a little cross fiber right there. Or I might just sit on it. You can just sit on a knot and breathe. Take 3-4 breaths and then roll past it. Okay, when you get to the back of the knee, roll back through your hamstrings. But do you see how much less painful and how much less intense your hamstrings are compared to your quads? Your quads absorb everything you do. You're jumping, you're running, you're walking. They absorb all of it, you guys. So, and we stretch our hamstrings a lot. We don't stretch our quads a lot. Let's switch now to the other side. I want to wrap this up. We're going to sit on it on the right cheek. We're going to cross the left foot over and roll. 1 inch per second. Oh boy, thanks. Get to the back of the knee, set my hips down, shake out my wrists, pick it back up, and roll forward. Now, when you do your hamstrings, you could also turn and get your inner thighs. So I want you to think about that too. If you have trouble with your inner thigh tension, that's another spot you could get during the hamstring roll. So think about that too. We won't do that today, but at least you've got some options, okay? So here are the things I taught you today. Number one, you have to keep breathing. And I know I kind of mentioned it a lot, but I didn't really point it out as one of your most important things. You gotta breathe through things, especially when you hit those tight spots. Number two, go slow. It's 1 inch per second. So when you're rolling, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, okay? And that's only during the healthy fibers. When you get to a lump, a bump, anything that feels like, oh, it's a zinger maybe, then point number 3 says you stop on that. You either let the body weight rest and breathe, or you do cross fiber back and forth, or in the case of quads, you can pinch and pull. You can lift and lower the leg, okay? So those are the 3 things just for today to remember. Breathe, go slowly, stop on the lumps and bumps and deal with them, and then go past them. Don't deal with them forever, right? Just like your problems in your life. Don't linger on them, but also don't pretend they're not there. Deal with them for a few breaths and then move past them, all right? Next time we'll work on our hips. We're gonna do our outer thigh, the glute medius, down the IT band, and then maybe up into our low back, because that's all connected. So that'll be our next foam rolling class together. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, you guys. I'm just gonna look at the calendar, I'll let you know, I'll put a message out. And then by the time we're finished with all of these little mini sessions, you'll learn how to foam roll everything, okay? Have a great day, everybody, and if you're good where you're at, just keep foam rolling. You don't have to stop just because we're done. You can keep going. Have a great day.